Hi guys, this is your boy Emmanuel Ajmaibadu. Go on YouTube and subscribe to Sahara Football. Cheers.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Sellssi Fiawoyi. Today, we're going to talk about the stadium's renovations. Yes, going on across the country. Now, the Ministry of Youth and Sports have provided an update accordingly on what is happening with our various stadiums across the country. And this has happened because the MP Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, I think 6 days ago, and I was talking about this in one of my posts on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on @QUALIFIERS, and it is in the description. And Okujeto Ablakwa basically stated that money was paid. Payment vouchers which he provided on social media, money was paid in excess of over 40 or 85 million Ghana cedis to a certain construction firm to look at the renovation of particularly the Essipong Stadium. Essipong Stadium is the one in Sekondi, Takrady. 6 days, no response has come in for denial from any of the companies he mentioned, or from the ministry, or from the FA, about all these, having knowledge of all these things. And many people were having this chat. I think one guy I saw posting it on social media that no one has come out to say anything about it. Is it true? Does it mean that it's true? They've not countered his argument or anything. In light of that, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has come out to clarify the circumstances of everything in relation to stadium renovation going on in the country here. And I'll try my best to break it down for you guys to get a whole gist of what is happening. Most particularly, they've broken down what they are doing currently at Essipong and why Essipong Stadium is looking the way it is looking. It is an issue with the location of the stadium. We'll look at that, and you let me know your thoughts on it. So let's jump right into it and start off from the updates from the Essipong Stadium. I brought you a video on my Facebook. It's on my Facebook, the video about the state of the Essipong Stadium right now. It's not looking good, and we all know what has happened and what has brought out this conversation. Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, the MP, came out and said that monies had been paid to renovate stadiums like Essipong, as much as 85 million Ghana cedis. Yes, he stated that in his tweet that he put out. And since no response had come in, many of us had believed that that was the case. And clearly, essentially, it was the case. But it made it look like since the Essipong is just there, no work is going on. And from various visits from my friends to the place, it doesn't look like anyone is looking after it or trying to revive it. Now, this is the statement the ministry released in relation to the Essipong Stadium and what is happening there. Now, they said that the Essipong Stadium was constructed in 2007 for the 2008 Afcon. However, similar to the Accra Sports Stadium and the Barbara Sports Stadium, there was no renovation work done since 2007. The seaside climate also caused the metal works for the stadium to rust. And so clearly, when they were building the stadium, they didn't have good consultation on how the seaside climate would affect the stadium in the long term. I really want to understand that part, because I, for one, I'm not a construction worker, or I'm not an engineer or whatever, but I know for sure that beach houses, those that build close to the beach house, they have some precautionary measures they take in building their structures. If the stadium is close to the seaside, don't we have it, or is it not in our best interest to make sure that everything is done according to the specification, or we were not building for long term? Let me read the statement further. It caused the metal works for the stadium to rust. Now, phase 1 renovation work was awarded on contract on April 2020 to Messrs. Sistan Limited, and that is one of the companies that was mentioned. A sum of 17 million Ghana cedis. Exact figures are 17,969,447 Ghana cedis. Now, the scope of the work is as follows. Originally, the rusted metal roof framework and suspended walkway of the south or west stands were to be replaced and coated. However, upon the removal of the roofing sheet, it was discovered that the entire metal roof framework had rusted. It was therefore decided that the entire rusted roof structural members should be replaced and coated before roofing can be done. Moreover, the replacement of the original plastic roofing sheet with 0.66 millimeters coated aluminium sheets, which is more durable but rather heavier, called for a reinforcement of the metal framework by introducing more members. The whole work was therefore limited to preliminaries, demolition and alteration, all deteriorated structural members and all defective items, supply and installation of structural metal sheets in roof structures, and suspended walkway. Treatment and coating portion, south and west stand of the structural steel members, supply and installation of roof covering. The consultation of the project was Architectural and Engineering Services Limited, AESL. Now, phase 2 of the renovation work of the Essipong Stadium was also awarded on August 2023, which falls into the timeline that the minister spoke about, well, the MP spoke about. And the contract sum of 40 million Ghana cedis, and it was Sestan Limited, as mentioned. Now they also talk about the sandblasting, the application of anti-rust coatings, the metal roof structure to protect it against corrosion. This is to be done over the north and east stands of the stadium. Removal of replacement of all sanitary items, removal and replacement, rehabilitation of entire electrical installations, supply and replacement of scoreboard and associated works. Phase 1 and phase 2 of Essipong renovation works are still ongoing. The consultant on phase 2 of the project, Mr. Masaoba, consults. The conclusion from this is that a clarity on the renovation works undertaking to improve the various stadia and put them back in shape for use for international sporting events, the feasibility and conclusion report for Accra Sports Stadium and the Baba Sports Stadium, which they stated Accra Sports Stadium was built so long ago, Baba Sports Stadium was also built so long ago, and hardly any renovation works have been done. They also talked about the fact that CAF gave them temporary license to host the 2018 Women's African Cup of Nations. They had other works to work on. They have been working on it. But the truth of the matter is that if the Ministry of Youth and Sports want us to believe that they are working on these things and what the minister said was blown out of proportion and all that, they wouldn't need to issue out a statement. If you are working on stuff and it is showing, we will see it. It will be evident. It will be clear. You will not even have to release a statement. We will all see it. But here's the case. A lengthy statement, I think close to 6 pages long, and you expect us to, well, I will read through it, but I wouldn't think that anyone else read through it. Essentially, they are trying to clarify that yes, the monies was paid, yes, but then the works is ongoing, and the minister's insinuation that the works are not ongoing or have not been done all this while are wrong. Show working on the ground, and you will not have to be releasing 6-page documents on what monies has been given to you and what works you have done. If you have done all the things you have stated here or are in the process of doing it, we would have seen it. And honestly, my visits to Babaera, my visits to Accra Sports Stadium, I've not been to Essipong myself, but from the pictures and videos I've seen, it doesn't look like that is the case. But they beg to differ with these details, telling us that there's a contractor that has been appointed and paid. Phase 1 and phase 2, different phases of the project are ongoing. It's slow grinding. It's slow grinding, especially if monies have been provided already. Why is it so slow grinding if everything you need to provide the services have been given to you already? Why? I always say that it doesn't matter what you say. People will remember what you are all. People will see what you are doing. You can talk all the talk in the world if you don't show working physically. It is just talk. But that is the update there. Essipong was built in 2007. The issue with it being close to a water body or close to the seaside is what they are saying. I've not been to Essipong, but let me know from the videos I've seen, I didn't see any seaside close to it, but I don't want to jump into conclusions because I've not been there before. Let me know if you feel, or what do you think about this statement from the Ministry of Youth and Sport, trying to clarify what the minister was saying and saying that yes, the monies are in, but then they are still working on it. It is a work in progress. They don't have a deadline. They don't have a timeline for us. So we'll have to just be patient and wait. Essipong has a whole lot of work to be done on it, and I'm quite disappointed, because if you knew this was the condition for building the Essipong Stadium, why didn't you maintain it, or try to maintain it at least, or try to do your best to have the best of supervision in making sure that it doesn't all rust? So we all sat there for it to rust all this while, knowing very well that that is what could happen. I have nothing more to say. Your thoughts in the comments box on everything. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.